Oh, hello everybody, welcome to Bleach Manga Chapter 668, live reaction and review. When we left off, Gerard, I was going to say Gerald, and then Gerard combined. There may be a lot of cutting in this. Right then, when we left off, Gerard cut Kenpachi. And now we continue. Well, his eye patch is off this time. The strongest of the Shinigami and the strongest of the Quincy. Really? With their power equally matched, sparks scatter, but a nicked blade now casts a giant shadow over the battle. Strongest of the Quincy. I suppose if we're going in strength. But in my personal opinion, Gremmy takes that spot. In terms of powers, as not. Maybe tied for one, if not a close second. What the hell was that? What's going on here? Something the matter? Maybe. Ooh, that booty. Going through the pictures. Miracle is my power, an ability which gives form to the very thoughts, feelings, and desires of the masses. I thought that was Zyle then for some reason, but then I was just like, wait, that's Momo, so that must be Shinji. Being unable to destroy my body, it grew gigantic through the fear of the masses, and this sword Hufeng, which was sheathed in the hope of the masses, if it were to break, then it would fall into despair. Right. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. The only thing I do understand is that whatever power it is you possess, reason does not apply to it. I see. Well, if I can't shatter your sword, then I'll just have to kill you. How naive. You're like some bad villain cliche talking us through all of your plans. What's next? Gonna demonstrate your powers? You'll live to regret it. Good God, I love this. I love it when Kubo does that. Because he knows we're gonna bash him. I am simply telling you all this because the difference in our power is so overwhelming that you could never hope of overcoming that gap. What's naive is the fact that you still cannot or have not comprehended this. The regret will not be on my end. Is it just me, or are these two like a match made in heaven? Maybe hell is more appropriate. Oh. I don't know why, but every time it comes on to Kubo, I swear, like, there's just, like, after every chapter's completed, he just goes on the internet and just looks at people's reviews. I just have, or just go on to, like, Reddit or whatever. I swear he does that from time to time. Oh, my fucking, oh, that's actually well done, Kubo. Oh, my. Bigger, faster, stronger, 2. Well, it doesn't actually say 2, but I'm assuming this is number 2 for the bigger, faster arc. Oh, Jesus. Oh, climbing it. Wait, no, that's Hufeng. I was just about to say he's climbed the building. Oh, he parried that. He's quite nimble for his size. Whoa. Well, look at that. You dodged me. You're a hell of a lot faster than you look. And I had planned to crush you with one grip. But you are a slippery little devil. Flock of icicles. You bore me. You are not my opponent. Oh, God. Ooh. What the fuck is your problem, Zaragi? He knocked him to the ground. Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth. You need to stand down. Fall back, damn it. I don't care where, but don't interfere again. That cocky son of a don't. It's pointless. If we're talking about opponents where reason doesn't apply, Zaraki is their poster child. I know, but I can't just abandon Zaraki here and go on without him. This isn't an opponent that Zaraki will be able to defeat by himself. If you need proof of that, just look. What do you mean? That damn Zaraki. He's already taken off his eye patch. I thought it was broken. Like it happened with Noitora. With every last fibre of his instincts, he's all but realised it. That this isn't someone he can bring down without removing that eye patch of his. Oh God! 1, 2, 3, 4. Four flower petals left. This is fading. The ice petals are already starting to dissolve It's only natural for everyone to be reaching exhaustion, so it appears every last one of us is short on time. Kuchiki, I'm going to find an opening in their fight and freeze that Goliath. When that happens, I want you to smash him to pieces with Zenbon Sakura. From what I can gather from our fight, oh, that was strange. I've closed Facebook and then I get a message somehow. Oh, good God. Not from someone I expected. From what I can gather from our fight thus far, if I let out every last bit of my power, I should be able to freeze him down to the bone, to the very bone. Although the message that I received, very hard to believe when, yeah, I'm not going into that. My cynicism, I don't want it to stay here. I'm enjoying my fan service of Kenpachi. I'm going to need some time now. Please help me with this. You can count on it. Oh, there we go. Oh, bloody hell. A match made in hell. That's fitting. What's wrong? The power behind your blade is waning. Well, I guess it can't be helped. I mean, engaging in an all-out battle without letting any nicks before one's sword was futile from the start. If we're going to cross words, blades will get chipped. I'll just have to be sure to carve that despair into your body. Well, it was no Yachiru here. Well, actually, it obviously wasn't like that, but you know. Oh, God. He's bleeding like no tomorrow. What tenacity! Such amazing spirit! But spirit alone cannot bridge the gap between our strength. And that door slammed like a mother trucker. Oh, Zenbon Sakura's on the prowl. I see through your ploy, Kuchiki Byakuya, and as well as you, Hitsugaya Toshiro. Oh, God. I don't remember him freezing him. No, let me go back a page a minute. No. Okay, there's Zenbon Sakura going on the flank. There's obviously, yeah. And then he was about to use the ice. Ah, right. I've seen through it all that you two had hatched a scheme and were plotting, waiting for me to show you an opening. I am the greatest, fastest, mightiest of the Quincy's. I am the warrior who has been bestowed with everything. You shall never be able to pull one over on me. Well, he does seem like more of a tactician than I thought. He's not the cliché brute. I'll give him that. But I suppose that would make more sense for like. It gives me more reason to think that he's more suited as a leader for the Schutzstaffel than Lily was, because I thought he was to begin with, since of his camaraderie. What are you doing? Hey, what? What are you doing, Ketchan? Yachiru! My girl! Oh, my voice cracked like a little bitch. Come on now that's the time for the nap. There's still more fun to be had. You're just getting started. Come on now. Yachiru, where have you been all this time? It's gonna say it. Oh no, my boy Kenny. My boy. Don't you dare. Ken-chan. Silly goose, if you would just use me properly, there wouldn't be anyone you wouldn't be able to cut down, Ken-chan. Oh no, she is! What did you just do? This power, see? You really can be so clueless sometimes. You know that, Ken-chan? At last it's revealed. That power is what everyone's been calling Bankai! Oh! Yachiru is... Wait, no way. No way in hell. This... Wait, oh no, is this... No, oh, I'll be right back. Right then. if you have been watching like most of my live reactions, you have heard that I have suggested that Nozarashi might be Yachiru. Because, of course, like, she disappeared. Like, I didn't come up with the theory. Make no mistake. What made me believe it was the evidence. And the main fact that I didn't want Kubo to have, like, done Yachiru dirty and Gremi dirty by having him kill her with his imagination. So, but the Bankai. There's one thing that's making me doubt that it's Kenny's. It probably is Kenny's. But, okay, I remember when I said this a while back on a Facebook page called I Love Bleach. I don't remember the exact thing. But when it was mentioned, like, we're missing Yachiru or whatever. The one thing that made people question, like me saying, like, Yachiru was Nozarashi, was the fact that she had her own Zanpakuto, and she had spirits of her own to a degree, like Komamura, but not like Komamura. That was hard to explain, and I don't remember it. But right, what this is suggesting is twofold. Either the state that Kenny has been in for years was his Bankai state, but because of what Unohana did, and because, Kenny being Kenny, he obviously couldn't use his Bankai to its full potential. So, obviously, he was in Bankai, but it was believed he was in permanent Shikai, but then obviously that was not really debunked, but not really retconned either. But you get the idea. Like, it was then revealed that it wasn't his Shikai state at all. It was just a bloody sword. Until obviously Byakuya and Toshiro saw Nozarashi released. Now, that could be the case. Yachiru could be his Bankai. And, granting regenerating abilities as I can see here. But the second fold is that Yachiru has just popped up. I know. Just popped up, and it's not his Bankai, but her Bankai. If it's her popping up, at present it's random. If it's just a case of her popping up, and she's not Nozarashi, then it will most likely go into a backstory next week for a few pages and then go back to the present. But I can see that happening either way for whichever scenario. So now, oh god, which do I believe personally? I believe that this, this is Kenny. This is all Kenny through and through. This isn't Yachiru as her, how do I word this? Right, this isn't Yachiru as we have led to believe was a Shinigami. This is Kenny and Yachiru as obviously her spirit. Like, for example, the perfect example being, oh yeah, this is something that I wanted to say. Remember way back when the filler arc for Zanpakutos happened? I thought it was just like a cute scene, but ever since, I found out about the Nozarashi being Yachiru theory, I was like, wait a minute, really? So I went back and obviously, saw Yachiru playing with Azuso Kichizu. Well, I say playing, but understanding him and all that. And I'm probably wrong in saying this, but isn't it only the respective user that can understand them? But then again, Zabimaru or Senpon Sakura couldn't understand him either. But that's always been gnawing at me ever since then. So, I'm just like, was Kubo... Because because Kubo was kind of been, like, put in foreshadowing. I remember, like, I've mentioned this, like, you know, ages ago when it came down to, like, you know, Rukia. Obviously, that was my idea. Well, I didn't notice that, like I said, long before I did live reaction and reviews. I mentioned for the first time that Forever said that, and when looking back, I was like, oh god, that's not bad, actually. So, yeah. Alright. Okay, the ending aside, the chapter itself showed off Gerard in a more positive light. I thought he was actually a brute. Not, you know, the pure brute where he's just like, oh, I'm gonna hit everything, da 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 da. Because we have seen him be the brute, but a caring brute. Obviously for his comrades, that's again why I thought he was the leader of the Schutzstaffel and not Lily. But not only is he a caring, strong, wrathful brute, he's also a tactical brute. Now, of course, you know, you could be saying Xaydam, Byakuya made it obvious. Yeah, he did. But if it was anyone else, like Yami, for example, best example, like, Yami would have headed straight for Byakuya and ignored Toshiro. Or in this case, he would have ignored Kenny, but they were fighting each other, but yeah, you get the idea. But yeah, instead of going for the taunt, he then went for the main instigator that ignited the plan, Toshiro. And he was like, I knew you were going this, that, and the other. We also got some explanation more onto his powers, but that didn't make sense to me. Like, from what he's insinuating, the miracle is based upon the emotions of the other people. But then last week, because of his body being destroyed, he then grew in size. But then if that's the case, is it based upon both negative and positive emotions? And looking on it, that would make sense since he's the heart of the Soul King. Huh. Okay, I kind of understand it now that I've said it to myself. But yeah. And then I really did like the segment with, you know, like, Kubo basically talking to the internet, because that was just him all over. I mean, that was just him all over. I mean, some people call me crazy, but I still believe that that's just Kubo talking to us in a way. But yeah. Yachiru is back. As Yachiru, or as the Shinigami we've been led to believe for years, or as Zanpakuto people have theorized ever since a few months after her disappearance. So, I'm going to give this chapter, because I didn't rate it last time, did I? I don't think I rated it for the last two, but I'm going to give this chapter for both the character development for Gerard, the comedy sketch, Kubo talking to the internet, because I love those moments, Yachiru's return, and the Bankai, whose I do not know. It is most likely going to go the Yachiru being Nozarashi route. I have high hopes for that. If it goes the latter, I will be greatly surprised. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I give this chapter a 10 out of 10. I don't, like I said, Kenny isn't my favourite captain. You know my top 5 from last week, if you obviously watched that video. But for something like this, it's just been stepped up. I mean, I don't know if it's because of Kenny, or Kubo's just stepping up. Well, he is stepping up his game. I can feel Kubo stepping up his game. But it's probably both of them combined. So yeah, 10 out of 10. See you next week.